So we want to look at pairs of angles. Pairs of angles. And when we talk about pairs of angle, we are referring to two angles. Another pairs of angle we shall be considering the complementary angles and supplementary angles. So let's begin with the complementary angles. Now, two angles are said to be complementary if the sum of these two angles is equal to 90 degrees. This means that when you have two angles and then when you add these two angles is giving you a 90 degrees angle. Then you can say that these two angles are complementary angles. A complementary angle can be formed from a right angle. And we have already established that the measure of a right angle is equal to 90 degrees. So therefore, when you have two angles forming on this right angle, then you can say that these two angles are complementary angles because the sum of A and B should give you what? 90 degrees. So therefore, angle A and angle B are what? Complementary angles. Examples of complementary angles, we can look at angle 60 degrees and angle 30 degrees. These two angles are complementary because the sum of these two angles is equal to 90 degrees. Another example that we can look at is angle 45 degrees and angle 45 degrees. We can also talk of angle 89 degrees and angle 1 degrees. These and many more are examples of complementary angles. Now let's look at supplementary angles. Now two angles are said to be supplementary if the sum of these two angles is equal to 180 degrees. A supplementary angle can be formed on the straight line angle, and we have already established that a straight line angle measures exactly 180 degrees. So when you have two angles formed on this straight line, then we can say that these two angles are what? Supplementary angle. Therefore, angle X and angle Y are supplementary angles. Now let's look at examples of supplementary angles. Meaning you want to look for two angles that when we sum them, we should get 180 degrees. And these angles, we can look at angle 90 degrees and angle 90 degrees. We can also look at angle 120 degrees and angle 60 degrees. We can also look at angle 150 degrees and angle 30 degrees. We can also look at angle 80 degrees and angle 100 degrees. These and countless examples are examples of supplementary angles. Now let's look at how we can use or apply this concept of complementary and supplementary angles in solving questions on angles. So we have our first example. The sizes of angles A and B are this and that respectively. Find the value of x and angle A if angle A and B are complementary angles. And we have already discussed about complementary angle. We said that two angles are said to be complementary if the sum of these two angles is equal to 90 degrees. So we have angle A. Angle A is what? 2x minus 8. And then we have angle B is also equal to 5x minus what? 7. We are saying that angle A and B are complementary. So we have angle A plus angle B is equal to 90 degrees. We know that angle A is giving us 2x minus 8. And then angle B is giving us 5x minus what? 7. And all of this is equal to 90 degrees. So from here we group what? Like terms. So we have 2x plus what? 5x. And then this will give us minus 15 is equal to 90 degrees. So this is giving us what? 7x is equal to 90 plus what? 15. So we have our 7x is equal to 105. We are interested in x. So let's divide both sides by 7. both sides by what? 7. 7 will cancel 7, and 7 into 105, and that gives us what? 15 degrees. So the value of x is equal to what? 15 degrees. Now we have to find what? Angle A. We know that angle A is giving us 2x minus what? 8. And we know that x is equal to 15. So we have our angle A is equal to 2 multiplying 15 minus what? 8. So we have, this will give us 30 minus 8. So we have our angle A is equal to 22 degrees. As easy as that. You can pause the video and then you try your hands on it. The sizes of two angles are this and that. We want to find the value of x and these two angles if these two angles are supplementary angles. And we have already established that supplementary angles sum up to 180 degrees. Therefore, the sum of these two angles should give us 180 degrees. So therefore, we are going to have 100 plus 2x plus this angle, 3x plus 50. This should give us what? 180 degrees. So we have 100 plus 50 will give us 150 degrees, plus this and that will give us 5x, and this is equal to 180 degrees. So we have 5x is equal to 180 minus what? 150. So we can say that our 5x is equal to 30 degrees. Dividing both sides by 5, our s is equal to 6. Now, the question further said that we should find these two angles. We should find these two angles. So the first angle we have 100 plus what? 2x. We have already established that our x is equal to 6. So we have 100 2 times what? 6. 2 times 6 will give us 12. So we have 1, 1, 2. That is for the first angle. Let's look at the second angle, which is 3x plus what? 50. Our x is equal to 6. So we have 3 times 6, and then we have 50 degrees. So we have 3, 6, 18 plus what? 50. So this will give us what? 68 degrees. So the two angles are angle 112 degrees and angle 68 degrees. This brings us to the end of today's lesson. See you tomorrow. Bye bye.